1. You're live?
We're live.
We're live. Yeah. Welcome to the finals of the Can Galicia Cup. We've got two great commentators for you today, so I'll be stepping out shortly. We have LCC Radotin taking on Centaurs Lacrosse. We saw that game yesterday, real nail biter yesterday, with Radotin narrowly beating the Centaurs, and they'll definitely want their revenge today. And yeah, we're just checking the nets here. The referees are just making sure everything is in order before we start this championship game. We're glad you can join us, and yeah, share this link and enjoy some data class.
All right, and we're ready to take the first draw of the game. I'm Kara Sanford from Rotterdam, the Netherlands, originally America. I'll be commentating this game with
David Brucey Morris, Oxford Lacrosse, umpire for this tournament actually. So on field today we have Natalie Moore as lead, 2, Baba Robach, 3, Paul Bibby, Anna Kali as 4th, and Helen Marvin as bench. We have Radotin in possession. Slow play. So yeah, so in the first game, we saw the Radotin take the win.
They did.
With 3 seconds left, 10-9.
Yeah, that was a nail biter. Were you were on that?
Yeah,
right?
I was 4th on that. Yeah, it was entertaining. It was a really high skill.
And the quick goal here.
Quick goal. Okay, Adela Blankova being fed inside. Right-handed shot over the shoulder, past Larissa Gant, in goal for Centaurs. Stick checks complete. So yeah, this is the first tournament that we're playing full FIL rules. This is the final, so actually playing 4 15-minute quarters. But yeah, so we have drop stick after every goal.
Yeah, I like that. Do you like it? What do you think about the new rules as an ump?
I love them.
Me too. I do too.
As an umpire, you need the players to play to them, though.
Right.
Otherwise, there is a little bit of inconsistency. But once all the players get used to it, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I think so too. And you guys have been a little bit lenient with reminding them in the beginning. Not so much in the final games, but definitely the first couple games on Friday.
And the first day was a bit of waving.
It was a
you
little
can self-start.
Right,
this is allowed.
But I don't expect that in this game.
No. These two teams know when to use it, how to use it. They've played it before. So home internationals, the Wales, England, Scottish players, they've played it at the home internationals in 2018 in April.
Right.
The Czechs have been the Czech national teams have been practicing this because obviously they've got the Europeans coming up next year in Israel. That'll be a tournament.
Right. And that's another foul. She's going to get her second chance on the 11-meter, which is actually pretty nice now. She probably has 2 defenders. Oh, nope. She will have a defender to her right and left. I think she'll take this one in.
Really strong right hand.
See if is that a crease violation? No, that's a goal. Of course, we'll check their stick.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Time off.
Yep, and that's a goal. 1-1. I think we're going to see this the entire game. It's going to be a really fun game.
So in the first game, there weren't too many turnovers. Both goalkeepers had a great save percentage each, and everything was kind of decided through possession of the draw.
Yeah.
Be really interesting. So we've got Lena Kirby for Centaurs in pink, number 9, ex-England international, and currently on the draw,
I think that is number 12.
Number 12, Mikhaila Shukova.
And she's on the Czech national team. So I'm sure these girls have seen each other somewhere.
So the Czech Republic came to Wales to be an invitational friendly team in home internationals in 2017. They competed really well. They pushed Wales and Scotland really closely, actually, all in preparation for the World Cup in Guildford. Yeah, number 25 and number 11 in blue are the ones that, there you go, self-start by number 25. They're the ones to watch out for.
So can you just say for everybody watching now, the self-start, they can do it on this side of the restrainer, just not in the 15 meter, or what?
Yeah, so outside of the critical scoring area, so that's 15, and that's extended down to the end line. They cannot do it within the last 30 seconds of stop-clock play. That's another great feed.
That's a national player to a national player right there.
Exactly. Blakova, Jushkova. There you go. Easy.
Yeah, that's number 12 again. I think that's her second goal of the game.
Yeah, so you can't do it within the last 30 seconds of each period. You cannot do it on a stopped clock, so after a timeout or a yellow card or an injury or blood. You cannot do it from the boundary line, so if the ball goes off, no matter whether you retain possession or not. But if there's a foul and the ball goes over the boundary line, you can bring it onto the spot of the foul. Now, how you self-start, the ball, when you bring it back, must be within 2.5 meters of the spot of the foul. And you must have your feet planted, and you must be stationary. So it just takes a little pop, and then
takes a quick stop, and then go.
And then you can go, and it negates how far away, if you self-start, your defenders are. Now it takes a little bit of good judgment from the umpires to say that if your defenders, if they're fouling, are not moving, they're 4 meters away, or not moving behind or to the side, as in self-positioning, for us to be able to start administering the delay of game fouls, which are now, well, minor to major to yellow cards. Green card has been completely removed from the rule book. It hasn't been used in a few years, but
I haven't seen it. You never see a green card, really.
Yeah, but now we have an official replacement.
It's a good level of lacrosse right now. I love seeing like the tough defense, and the attackers can handle it. You can handle the pressure. It's nice.
Yeah. Radotin have a very soft passing motion.
Yeah, they do, and they're so precise on what they run on attack. It's different style than you'll see from the Centaurs.
Yeah, I mean these women train. Radotin went to the Men's World Cup Festival and played with 5 other national teams in the festival. Anna Kunai did the final for that in Israel. Had a great time. It was hot, but this was in practice, obviously, for next summer. So yeah, it was Radotin versus England under 25s in the final, and Erica Wallace for Centaurs, I think, and Sophie Tamblin for Centaurs. I'm trying to find their numbers. Erica Wallace, number 65, and Sophie Tamblin, number 42, were both there in the under 25 teams.
That's this could be a momentum changer here. The possession really matters. So here we go. Let's see if they can make this a goal. I was expecting this to be a low-scoring game. A lot of great defenders.
This is Centaur's second King Galuccio final in a row. Last year they lost, unfortunately, by I think 3 or 4 goals to Edinburgh.
Really?
Yeah.
And interesting to see. Is it a different Edinburgh team here?
It is.
Okay.
It is. So last year when Edinburgh won, they brought a lot of the Scottish national players. Just after, they just finished really well in the Worlds.
Oh, that's a shooting space call again.
I think they finished 5th in the Worlds, actually, Scotland.
Scotland, they did, yeah. They finished really well.
And then Edinburgh brought their players to the Kent Galuccio and took it all the way.
I can imagine. All right, we can see she's going to shoot there, yeah.
Sophie Morrow,
Not surprised by that.
England international.
She's been really consistent all tournament, just getting the ball in the back of the net. I love that moment in between the goal and the stick check. Like, is it gonna happen?
Well, this is another part of this new rule is also to keep the game the game flowing and reduce.
I think
stopping
it's
on the
helping.
whistle.
Even the 2 players on the draw, I think it's such a good change for the game. Requires more skill, right?
Yeah, and 10 on the field. It just reduces the fouls. And yeah, so after the goals, if there is an illegal stick, what would have happened was the players would have set up as they currently are. However, the team that was scored against with the illegal stick would have the ball from a minor foul. So it kind of even advantages them further by pushing them up to halfway.
Yeah. And then they get the possession, right?
Get possession.
Yeah. So ball's down on England's end again. We know what happens when number 24 gets the ball, right?
Yeah. So there are some really strong right-handed roll dodgers. Sophie Morrow, Sophie Tamblyn, Sophie Coombs-Roberts. They know how to work that left-hand post.
Right. Good 1v1 defense there.
Yeah, I was surprised there isn't much motion through. There's a lot of motion around by Centaurs at the moment.
Right. Yeah, they're usually, I've seen a lot of cutting and feeds in the middle just like that and quick shots from them. So
that was number 83, Katie Butcher. Yeah, number 83, Katie Butcher. Wales B, South East Regional representative, Exeter University. The great face dodge.
Yep.
No options and a good save by the goalie.
Goalie right in the
onto
knee. It's a great save. I think what we're seeing up top from the English team here, they're driving it in with the ball, trying to move that defense and pop it to the next girl to get an open lane. So we'll see if they continue that or what their game plan is.
Yeah, Radotin have looked more for feeds and then quick and accurate shots.
Yep. They know what they're doing, though. They're definitely a smart team. Have they been playing together a long time, do you know? There you go.
Great feed over the top.
Who was that?
Sophie Coombs-Roberts. That's Exeter alumni to Exeter alumni there. Sophie Coombs-Roberts to Katie Butcher.
Yep.
Move the goal.
It's 2-2 here today. A really close final game.
Yes, sorry, what were you saying about training?
Yeah, if the team has been playing together a long time.
They have. Centaurs have a big. Most of the women's teams actually in the Premiership in England have a big roster. So it's not, obviously people have professional lives. They can't make every game. So there is a good turnover. However, the depth is huge.
Right.
And obviously with so many international connections for some of these players, they get to play with their friends on Saturdays, and then obviously see those on Sunday, and then see those players again when they go for their international breaks.
Right. Yeah. So there seems to be a lot of experience, and same with the Czech team. I mean, they've been playing together a really long time. I've seen them at a lot of tournaments. So they both teams, they know how to finish. That's number 25.
Anna Lotman.
Anna Lotman.
Great drive.
Waiting for her stick. Moment of truth. That's a good goal.
Yeah, as an umpire, there's, the players are waiting, but it's really simple. It's just you just drop the ball in.
Right.
Give it a quick roll and then turn it out the side. It's just a pocket check. There isn't, don't check in for plastic or anything else. It's really
right, you already know
simple.
the stick itself is legal.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of the pocket.
And yeah, it's quite unusual. There's those sticks at the stick checker that are started that are borderline are the ones that are most likely to go, or if it's wet, or if the strings are not tied loose.
Right.
But
I love that. You'll see the girls there. They can't cross the restraining line until there's a possession, so they're kind of fishing over that line to help their teammates out in the center
Yeah,
of
so
the
the
field.
ball has to break the plane to become a
Mhm.
free ball. So if you stick your stick out over the line, if you take the ball in clean control, you get the possession call and everyone else is released. However, if it's still loose, you have to stay where you are and try to fish or slap it
Right.
back out, but
Right.
you're not released from that line.
Right. Nice save there on that fall.
Yeah. Some good defense by Anna Saunter.
Yeah, I would not want to be hanging my stick in front of any of these defenders.
Yeah, these checks are going to be accurate and hard.
Mm-hmm. Seems like the defense is not afraid to step out and pressure. Ooh, nice quick goal there, and allotment again.
Yeah, you see, so I feel like the Centaurs players are very confident with their one-on-one defense.
And they really are.
Those cuts. If you stop that feed coming in, you know, protecting their stick, it just limits those feeders' options to be able to find those really excellent stick handlers, because they only need a moment to catch and turn and really accurately put the ball in the corner there.
See, I think the Centaurs are going to want to get this ball on their end. Give them an opportunity to start chipping away at the Radotin Czech Republic team. Maybe we have a little blood over here. The referee's checking out.
Charlotte Williams, in number 45, Charlotte Williams.
And she's on the Welsh.
She is on the Welsh, yeah, Welsh defensive captain. Yeah, she's.
You can see the lime green, the bottom. They had really cool kits, I thought, at the World Cup.
Yeah, they did. It was classical. It was nice.
Yeah, I loved it. Probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, I mean.
We just heard a 30-second call from the sideline from the referees.
So yeah, it's the same principle as the red flag, but we're no longer using the flag. So.
Right, so it's just a call now.
It's just a call.
Okay.
Obviously, stop on every whistle. But there's no self-start within these last 30 seconds.
I've seen the Centaurs they get the ball up the field quick. Is she going to be able to save that? No, it doesn't look like it. That's unfortunate. I've seen them make some really quick transitional passes up and a goal in, so I'm sure they're disappointed with how that play just went. And just so everybody knows, this tournament we've been playing 12-minute quarters, but now in the final we have 15 minutes, so they have a couple extra minutes here. And that's it.
That's it.
End of the first quarter, we're ending 4-2 in favor of the LCC Radotin Czech Republic women's team. We will see you in a minute. All right, we're starting the second quarter right now, coming off a really quick break. Would be good to be in that huddle, hear what the teams are saying, what they're adjusting. It's still anybody's game. There's only a 2-goal deficit right now for the Centaurs, but as we see, they've got possession. So.
Sorry, one goal deficit.
Oh, one goal. Sorry about that.
Go, quick move in the
3 to 4. Let me change that score.
Ooh.
I don't know what I would do without you. Fixing my mistakes.
Right.
Here we go.
Sophie Coombs-Roberts with a off-handed shoulder feed that just went a little bit behind the cutter from Katie Butcher. Just a bit up behind her. She had to readjust and dropped it. So turnover for LCC.
We see the LCC Radotin team. I mean, the goalie's out pretty far, and the team is pushed up the field. So.
The LCC team have so much pace, so it's graceful in midfield.
Yeah. It's a calm confidence. It's a different style than the English girls. I think they have a ton of confidence too, but it's a different energy coming from the teams.
Yeah, well, LCC Radotin, I mean, as we were saying, coming to Israel, they train together so much. They know each other from the same area.
And you can hear the defense talking to each other, and they're immediately reacting to what their teammates saying. So that's really good to hear too. You could tell they have full trust in each other. Nice goalie come out a little bit.
So going putting some pressure on.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Anna Lotman with the ball. She's had a couple goals for them, so.
Charlotte Williams defending. Another little slip. Oh, good little tap.
I think the defense knows to put a little pressure on her, right?
Yeah. The main dodging threat. I mean, there's still obviously this feeding threat through the ability of their feeders to find accurate passes.
Definitely.
Yeah, they know where the slides need to go from here.
There we go, setting it up.
Exactly.
Maybe didn't go the way they wanted. They'll do it again.
You see a lot of like screens and a lot of picks coming from inside on this Radotin play, and they really look towards those screens to be able to bounce off. It's almost like playing like a two-person game.
Right.
Very much a little bit like how the men's play from behind, or a couple of basketball games. Was really come into the international game, not causing a pick, not causing any contact, but really.
Oh, good try there, but great defense.
But really finding that open stick, because as soon as you've got it away from your body, and you've got space, and you know you've got space, obviously watching for that dangerous shot or propelling, you're going to be able to find something, and you practice those shots. You're going to score a lot of goals. Oh, a little slip by number 65 by Erica Wallace there.
Yeah, and that's number 12 shooting again, Michaela Shova. How's my pronunciation?
That's good.
It's pretty good. These names are not the easiest for me to say, but we're getting a lot of similar faces on the field all weekend, so.
Yeah, it's quite interesting when you do umpire and you kind of.
Right.
Ooh. Charlotte Williams.
Got it.
With a push.
The whole crowd. I don't know if you heard the crowd there, but everybody. That's Anna Lotman on the line. Got a pretty good hash.
Yeah, not many options for her here. She might pull it away and then pull it back to number 12.
Yeah.
Oh, good save.
Nice
off the shins.
Great save. Sideline's happy with that one.
Yeah, so Larissa Grant's sister, Kat, used to play for England in goal as well. It's quite a family thing, actually. Centaurs have got a lot of good goalkeepers. Their club chairman, Tim Brewster, his daughter used to play, Lauren, in goal, and she's an excellent goalkeeper. Oh, some fine passing, some good options there from the Radotin. And yes, then they had Mimi Ruiz for a little bit. LEH, the school that Centaurs play at, or the ground that they play at, has some very, very good goalkeepers as well.
Another great save. I think having one good goalie is always a hard thing for a club, so to have multiple, that's a luxury.
And it's yearly. So I'm just trying to think of any of the Exeter players here. I don't think so. Sophie Tamlin will be playing against a player called Katie Armstrong. Katie Butcher played with Mimi Ruiz in goal actually for Exeter. But yeah, all of these goalkeepers came from the same school. And it's just, you know, a great face dodge onto the right hand by Sophie Morrow. Sorry, by Sophie Coombs-Roberts.
She's just very quick. Hard to defend that.
It's powerful shooting as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is the thing, isn't it? At this level, at the Ken Galooch show, the keepers haven't been tested as much as they have in the 2 games that these 2 teams have played each other.
Right.
So this is really, you know, these turnovers, these save percentages will make part of the difference as the score in this game.
Absolutely, and we're tied up now, 4-4. Little switch up on the draw here. Great.
Good possession win.
Oh,
award given by Natalie against Charlotte Williams.
That's not a good feeling after you make such a good control, right?
It's what happens with the ward.
Yep.
It's that turnover.
Yeah.
When you've got possession.
Look at that fast recovery, though. All right, let's see what they're going to do here.
Yeah, you see these attacking and defensive sets there. They're very regular. Ooh. Radotin will do well to get the ball back here.
See if she can get it in time. Oh, ball's out. That's going to be Centaur's ball.
Kelly Kellett-Clark brings the ball back on. This is Lloyd Rout, another Wales international. I think the co-captain from the 2017 World Cup as well.
Oh. And how did Wales end up doing in the World Cup?
Unfortunately, they lost in golden goal or overtime to Israel.
Oh, so they got bumped down.
In the 6th, 7th
So will that
playoff.
bump them out of the blue division, do you think?
It does bump them out of the blue division.
Oh, man. Alright, let's see. She is quick. Again, number 7.
It's that stick protection. If the slide doesn't come and you pull it out and bring it back, you're able to put it right in front of the goalkeeper and pick the corner that you want to put it in.
Alright. So the Centaurs are leading this quarter 2-0. They're now up 1 goal, 5-4. Seems like
this is the first time they've led in the game as well.
Right. They've got the momentum on their side this quarter. Must have had a good timeout. That's a hat trick for number 7. What did you say her name was? Sophie Combs-Roberts. And that is a possession for the Centaurs. We'll probably see a quick shot here, I can imagine. Oh.
Good no call there by Pavel.
Yeah. Yeah, the reffing has been phenomenal this weekend. It really has.
We've got a good crew. We've got a really good crew.
Definitely a good crew.
We've got Shahoko and Liz Bach from the FIL from Guildford that we brought over as technical delegates, mentors, and they have given all of the umpires so much confidence.
Right, I think that's what's cool is to see, you know, at the timeouts and in between the umps really, you could tell they're so into it. They're having conversations about it.
We've had tears of joy.
Tears of joy.
Joy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's been a great tournament.
Yeah.
Oh, shot over there by Adela Blakova.
And they'll get the rebound and another chance here.
Oh, 2 balls on the pitch. You don't like to see that.
All right. Bringing it up high again. I think they like to control this attack by driving from up high.
That's it.
Yep.
There you go. Another screen. There you go.
There you go.
Good low shot as well.
Yes, that's their first goal of the quarter.
There you go. It's Michaela Shakova's hat trick as
That's
well.
their hat trick.
Here we go. Off another assist.
And I think, yeah, that's Anna Lotman assisting. She's got a lot of points on the board as well. And we're tied up again. This is going to be till the last couple seconds again, I think.
Hopefully.
Literally the last couple seconds.
Exactly.
Just like
Was
last
it?
time.
I mean, it was 9-8 and Centaurs tied with about 25 seconds left.
I thought it was, yeah. I thought that would be the final goal.
And Centaurs had, a tough semi-final.
Yeah.
They were stretched and they looked comfortable, but 6-5 as a final. Munich got the ball back and took it to 1, and they made a really tense last 3 minutes.
Yeah. Definitely. That game, it never ended. Nobody ever let up.
And that's the good thing about this tournament, the Ken Galuccio, the kind of the European Club Championships. It's been taken really seriously.
It really has. Yeah.
So we've got improvement across the board from European nations and their clubs, and the very few blowouts.
Very few, right?
And
that's good defense getting her out of there. Also good decision not taking a shot over her defender.
Yeah.
And
nice puck over the top by Sophie Coombs-Robert to Sophie Tamlin, but the keeper makes an excellent save.
Excellent save. Let's see if they push up field again. They're really making use of the space on the clears here. Good clear out to the side.
That's well drilled. So, you see Natalie bringing the player back there.
Right.
The player wanted to self-start,
Yeah.
but because she was outside, she had her feet planted, she had the ball in her stick, the player was 4 meters behind. But because the Radotin player wasn't within 2.5 meters of the spot of the foul,
right.
she had to come back inside that radius to be able to self-start.
Okay. That makes sense. I think that keeps it really fair, too. It doesn't give them that big of an advantage if they're going to be really inching up the field.
And the main thing about self-start is to reduce the amount of whistles in the game.
Yeah, it has helped.
Stopped.
I think it's helped the flow of the game.
And 10 as well. We look at it and it looks a bit congested at the moment, but imagine adding 2 more players in there.
Right.
And that's what, international lacrosse used to be.
Right.
Yeah, you see so much inside play from Radotin. They're always looking for that crease, moving players across the crease.
Yeah. And just so confident with their game plan right now. You almost feel as you're watching it like, okay, it's going to happen, just when, right?
I mean, that win that they had in the group stages must have filled them with, the belief that they can go up against the English champions.
Right.
And take it to them, yeah.
Because I think it is almost an intimidating thing with England being so high up there in the world rankings that
European champions.
You've got to get that mental toughness and go, no, I can compete with them.
Again, coming around the corner from one of those feeds.
It was a good shot, but this goalie is
a little bit further away, that one, I feel. So not as much power is able to be generated, especially after it's hit the floor.
Right.
Here we go.
Oh,
great decision making.
Oh, who's gonna get that? That'll be blue ball.
You see, Charlotte Williams there was using her 3 seconds to her maximum to make sure that she managed to stop the pass over the top, and great decision making by the Radotin player there. Just a shot was pulled wide from the right hand.
Good defense
Was Lloyd
here.
out with a good check. Here we go again. Oh, that's a great defend. The flags. Illegal body contact. Sophie Morel with the illegal body contact. Onto the second hash.
But look, the defense is surrounding her right now, so I can expect her to go in and
bit of space. She's gone in last space. Good save.
Yeah.
Could have picked a corner. But here we go. Centaurs on the break. Ellie Kellett-Clark bringing the ball away one-handed. This is a classic international move. You've got the space in front of you. You're not going to get checked.
Look at
you
this.
use it.
Here we go.
What a fast break that is.
Oh,
one more.
Oh, good D.
Sophie Tamlin free up the back post there. I thought that Sophie Morel was going to pass it, but she did the roll and then went for the shot. And Radotin have got the ball back.
Some emotions on the field here.
I mean, it's a tight game.
Yeah, I mean,
So I will add that there are a couple of players that Centaurs have that weren't able to make that first game. There you go.
Lotman, that's her hat trick also.
That was a great assist by Katerina Havslova.
Yeah, they played that really well, moved their defenders. We're up 6-5 now for the blue team. After a pretty frustrating call for the Centaurs. But the blue, they took advantage of that. Alright, time is ticking in this second quarter here. See if we can get one more goal for either team.
Oh, great possession.
Good try, but a really great save.
Yeah, Sophie Tamblin going onto her left hand from the roll there, and that's the end of the period.
Some good goalies on this pitch today. Alright, we're heading into halftime, 5-6 in favor of the LCC Radotin, Czech Republic women's team.
5-minute break.
See you then. All right, here we go. Starting the second half of the final game of the Cangalaccio Cup tournament. The
Yeah.
European club champions.
Centaurs Lacrosse from England 5, LCC Radotin with the Czech Republic 6. We had a good slow burner of the first half.
Yeah,
But I expect things to get a bit more feisty,
I think
especially
so.
if one of the teams starts to build a little bit of a lead.
Yeah.
I think our biggest lead has been 2 when it was 4-2. Other than that, it's just been a one-goal game the whole time. As you'd expect with two teams with this level of ability, really. Both of them are performing really well. Ooh.
Definitely.
Oh,
Oh,
Pavel with a call across the body.
yeah, that'll be Centaurs ball.
Megan Archer will bring the ball away.
And that's a good use of a self-start. I love seeing the self-starts.
Makes it really nice for the
It
umpires
does.
as well. We don't have to kind of worry about where players are, that creeping, that early movement, all of that. In the middle of the field in regular running clock game time, early movement is a self-start
Right.
from a player with the ball. Obviously.
That would have been a foul, though.
Yeah, if a player start running without us blowing the ball, it would have
It's
been
a whole
turnover.
mindset shift for players,
It
right?
is. I mean, it's quite weird, as in, so in America, they found problems with the fact with the self-start. The rest of the players didn't stop. They thought that we can continue moving too.
No. You need to, yeah.
So yeah, we just had half time, and the coaches Raj out for Centaurs, and Simona Barakova for LCC Radotin. Maybe made some adjustments, or most of the players seem to be the same.
Right,
can't see
foul here.
Can't see many big substitutions. Go again.
Ooh, good defense there. Is she gonna get that ball?
Yeah, loose stick handling to start the second
A little
half.
bit, yeah. Maybe they have some jitters. Need to work that out. It always gets worked out once you get back in the game, right? I think just getting the ball gets rid of a lot
Spin
of
the
the
ball.
nerves.
Everyone getting touches.
Yeah.
Don't force anything.
Yeah. Great footwork on defense.
Why are
though.
we not coaches?
I know. What are we doing up
I
here?
know, right?
We should be on the sidelines, I think.
No, the Cara was an international coach.
I was, yes, that's true. I've retired at a really young age.
Shooting space found.
And Lotman on the line. Not good for defense, good for offense, I think.
Not clearing the fan. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. Do you know what I find really funny is when an attacker gets put on that end hash and the defenders don't go to that hanging hash. Like we know the rules as a defender. Like you just see if you can get away with it.
And as umpires, we also see that.
Right. It has nothing to do with forgetting.
Yeah.
There's no forgetting.
Which the thing is, in the fan, the 11 ends, and you just see these players standing in space,
Right.
and you're like, this is wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong about it, but something is wrong here.
Yeah. Yeah. They're just trying to get as close as they can, right?
Ooh, good roll inside, and stayed on that right hand, and the angle's just closed out. LCC retain possession of the ball. We've got, quite a big crowd.
We do.
Got,
Behind
wow,
the camera.
I'd say 50 people. Oh, what a finish.
Ooh, a great goal.
So it's number
LCC
14.
Radotin.
Number 12 again.
12 again. That's
Oh,
her
McKenna
fourth goal.
Over.
Fourth goal of the game.
Feeling hungry today.
They only have 2 goal scorers today.
Oh, but so many assists.
So many.
And the thing is when you have so many assists, as an attack, you're playing well.
Right.
Because you're creating the spaces.
Right.
You're confusing the defenders.
definitely a team
You're
effort,
creating
yeah.
those free sticks for your fellow attackers to be able to score.
Mm-hmm.
When you play in a more kind of individual dodging type game, if you're not doing those individual dodges in the attack, it can be a bit harder to stay in the game.
That's true. Ooh, a little bit of a fight there.
Oh dear.
And Blue's going to come up with it again. They want that ball. Right.
And this is the part of lacrosse where the game can run away from you. You just,
Right.
you know, you don't see the ball, especially without the stall or any shot clocks in women's lacrosse. That you know, you don't see the ball for 3 or 4 minutes. Or there's a quick shot like that,
Wow.
and let's see who retains it. The goalkeeper with a great chase.
Let's see what the
Yes,
ref calls.
yeah. Poor Bibi giving the ball to the goalkeeper there.
That's a good feeling,
Really
right?
good chase.
You know, we're seeing a lot of quick passes in from the blue team, and the cutters or the marks are there on defense, but they're feeding it through that little hole,
And
right?
they're still
That
getting the
little
shots
opening.
off. It's. I mean, and for a goalkeeper, it's hard because that pass is going through the air.
Right.
And you don't know whether they're going to turn or shoot or not. When to position yourself for that shot. When to move your hands. So really, these defenders, when you're you know, defending a dodge, you know where the ball is coming. The ball is going to come from that stick. They'll go great feed and great low bounce shot.
Good goal, their first goal of the quarter.
Sophie Moran with another. I didn't see who fed that. I think it was Sophie Tamblin that's fed that actually. That's Sophie Moran's second goal of the game. Yeah, so
1 goal difference.
Centaurs
here.
have a lot of Cambridge players. So Sophie Tamblin is currently a Cambridge second year. Sophie Miles and Cambridge alumni. Raj and Roz are so the coach and Ros Lloyd Rouse are both Cambridge alumni. Erica Wallace in defence. Number 65 is a current Cambridge student.
A lot of
Yeah, and I think
Cambridge
that's it,
blood
yeah.
out here, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh, quick shot, but a really good save by the goalie. Looks like she wants to.
And she went over the shoulder, and when you do that and you tighten up your hands, the power on your shot is not as fast as it can be. So you need to be super accurate to be able to beat the keeper from there.
Right. Alright.
Yeah, so you see number 82 there that just received the ball.
Oh, is that a turnover? Nope. They
No.
still have it on attack.
The Centaurs have a great youth program as well. They really look to push young women from the local area up into their senior team around the age of 14. And so some of these younger players, even though they, 17, 18, 19, they've been playing senior lacrosse maybe for 3-4 years.
Yeah, that's impressive.
And they've got the senior players to be able to carry them through some of the games, and they're not obviously playing all the minutes, but it gives them great experience. Erica Wallace has been playing for Centaurs for quite a while as well.
Here we go.
Around the corner, right-handed shot off the keeper's shins again.
Okay, again, another really spacious clear.
We go free player in the middle.
Yeah. That's one thing I do notice about the man down, the new rule, having two less people on the field is the clears. When you create that space,
there's just
a lot of openings.
There's less of this, the middle.
Right. The shenanigans.
The shenanigans.
Yes.
The cake. I'd like to call it the center cake.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a cleaner game and more skillful.
And we haven't seen. So I was a little bit nervous so I went to the World Games in Poland when tennis-side was first played with the old rules, but it was tennis-side. Just budget constraints and again looking at new ways of playing for the Olympics, because the Olympics have a capacity of how many athletes. Not as how many sports. It used to be I think 315 events, and now it's 10,000 athletes. And so lacrosse, if they're looking to get there, need to reduce none of these, NCAA 46
roster.
Even men's 23 is too many. Women's have 18. And yeah, they've looked at, and I think it was 5 subs and 3 coaching staff, so 18 personnel maximum per country. And it was GB, Australia, Canada, USA, and Poland as the home nation at the World Games, held in Wrocław, in southern Poland. And yeah, I was nervous when I first saw it to say that maybe it gives the attackers too much space.
Right.
But you can see,
the same thought.
It's actually equal. They don't have too much space, but they also have one less attacker.
Right.
So the defenders aren't, too disadvantaged. And obviously at this level, when foot speed and stick skills are as good as they are, it hasn't led to larger goal scores. I'd be surprised to see the stats between 12 aside, how many goals are scored, and how many goals are scored in 10 aside. And that is a fantastic right-handed shot by Adela Bahova.
That's her first goal of the game.
Yeah.
She's definitely been on the board with assists, but that's her first goal.
I mean, it's been a threat. I mean, that was another assist of Anna Lotman, and you know, when those two are on your hashes and coming into that close to that 11, you have to be so stick tight to be able to keep those shots away from goal, because they're going to be hard, they're going to be accurate. And
now they bumped that lead up to 2 again. Makes them a little more comfortable. Definitely not comfortable, but a little more comfortable.
It's a bit, this cushion.
Tiny cushion.
As soon as
very thin one.
As soon as Centaurs score and get that back between 1, then that next draw becomes obviously so important for possession, because then that could be the equalising goal.
We're gonna have a redraw here. Anna Lotman a little bit disappointed after she secured that ball.
Good decision.
Here we go. That looks like a good draw. And a great control by the Centaurs. Lucky for them that they got the redraw, right? Now they have the ball down on their attacking end.
Yeah, and Anna Saunter brings it away really cleanly as well. Cecily Green there, 82. That's one of the younger players. Presume that Cecily's an England under-19 player. I don't remember seeing her on any team sheets. A blind feed there, and Sophie Coombs-Robertson
back up with the ball.
Unable to pick it up, but yeah. Katie Butcher with just a loose pass. Didn't really set her body to make the distance on that pass.
Looks like we're gonna get a double team. Oh, maybe not. Nice big passes we're seeing on the...
And that is the risk in tennis side, is if you need to chase the game and push up, there is so much space in that midfield zone to be able to find us. And that's a great feed.
Just shy of the goal.
Michaela Shrova would be disappointed with that. Straight in front. You could see her do the little jump. Bit of a swish of the stick.
You could see the attackers kind of making eye contact and head nodding, and they're trying to work it out right now, how they're going to attack this goal.
Well, they see that obviously Centaurs are pushing up, so they're still setting these screens inside.
Yeah.
Good inside movement. They know where they know where it's going to go. You see number 45, Charlotte Williams, really at that back post. That's a great feed over the top. Really hedging on those 3 seconds still.
Another goal. That is her 5th goal. Here we go. Making that lead a little bit bigger.
That's a lead of 3?
That is.
Yeah. Timeout pink called by Raj. And Raj
probably a good call with the timeout. Cut their momentum.
Very good.
Grab a drink.
I mean, Centaurs have won the last 2 draws and just either hit the goalkeeper's shin pads or given away a turnover.
To place those shots, right?
And it's just choosing the right opportunities in attack, because there's loads of time in the game. It's not a big score difference, and it's just making sure that your decision making when you're shooting is perfect.
Absolutely. So we'll give them a couple minutes and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back from a timeout.
6-9 Radotin. Yeah. So
Yeah, sure to see some adjustments.
yeah,
Right?
I mean Centaurs. Yeah, as I was saying, won the last two draws, but yeah, just made some turnovers in that, and I think that Raj would have been telling them that.
Yeah, it's been those little turnovers, right, from the Centaurs that they're being capitalized on by the blue squad here.
Yeah, and Radotin, every clear has been successful for them.
Right.
Oh, that's a great draw.
Good check too.
Yeah, very nice.
The foul looks like it's going to be blue ball.
I think that was Kelly Clark with that across the body. There you go, and you see Paul Bibby restarting the game there. So if defenders are 4 meters away, and you're gonna keep the game flowing.
Right.
You know, if a player doesn't want to self-start, but everyone else is ready to start the game, you're gonna restart the game.
Right. That was a good call then.
There's none of that. As we were saying, we were
stand around and wait for her.
We were coaching, we were waving it through to be able to encourage players to self-start on Friday. But we've stopped, and players now realise, when they should self-start, what options they have, and it's that decision-making that.
Yeah, and they're seeing that it can be a tactic, right? So when to do it, when to not. Yeah.
Yeah, we had in the UCD game in the Ireland or the Irish champions versus the Poznan Huznars, the Polish champions. There was a UCD self-start goal. It was just outside the 15.
I saw a couple of those.
Went straight for it.
Yep. Yeah, I saw a couple of those. That's when you see, wow, it really can be used as a tactical.
Great tip there from the pass from Charlotte Williams. And Charlotte's a really experienced defender as well.
We've just got the 30-second
captain.
call. Oh, she is. That's good.
Great take inside. Great pass off.
Oh, that's going to be an empty.
An empty stick. So outside onto the 15.
And we heard we just are hearing people scream 10 seconds. So we're going to probably expect a really quick shot. 17 seconds.
Not too many options open here for Sophie, so she's going to have to look for something, or someone's have to create something. Oh, almost on that left hand from Sophie Mullen. She comes back inside, but Sophie Coombs-Roberts picks it up, tries to roll back onto her right.
All right, here we go.
Have a push. With a few seconds left, we're going to have a free position.
She's got a nice, strong shot, too. So.
Yeah. Hopefully the defense can put some pressure on here, so it's not just a one-on-one with the keeper.
Wow. Good sticks on D.
There you go.
And that's going to be the quarter.
See you in 2 minutes.
Starting the fourth quarter now. 3-goal lead for the blue squad.
Yeah.
LCC Radotin.
So this last quarter's 15 minutes, so 3 minutes longer than the rest of the quarters that we've had so far, as it's the final. Centaurs bring up possession with Sophie Coombs-Roberts.
Oh, and that's number 71, Haley. She's been playing defense the whole game, if I'm not mistaken.
This looks like to be the most perfect. Like, you see the amount of green sticks that are on
right.
the.
They're stacking it up
here.
here.
This is the most experienced.
Right. Wow. Oh, we've got a foul.
Got a push. Good call, Paul Bibby. Yeah. So that disadvantage. So that wasn't a flag. There's no scoring off. There's not scoring players. The ball was in the air from the feed.
She's got a nice open net too.
And the push really affected the shot. But the keeper made a great save down to her left knee.
A lot of great saves so far. This can't be an easy team to be in the goal for, right? With all the national players stacked up here on attack. And again, I just love their style of clear. I think it's smart and tactical. It's kind of how they play as a whole. They're really taking their time.
And I mean, they have pace and stick skills. And so even Lena Kirby there was no more than a meter and a half away from her player. Adela Blachova has the ability to pick that up and bring it through. And we've got an offside.
A little bit of confusion, but
didn't affect the play, so we're not going to blow it up. Keep the game going.
I love that too. The whole advantage call. Just let them. If it's not affecting the play, just let it go.
Yeah. And this is the thing, is when you get umpiring better games and you have 3 on field, you're able to call these accurately. And that is an incredible feed. Number 25, Anna Lotman, plays it over her shoulder with her right hand to 18. Marketa Malinskova.
And that's her first goal.
Malinovska, sorry. And finishes over the keeper.
Starting to pull away right now.
Sometimes, you can't do much as a keeper from that.
No, that close on the crease, definitely not. All right.
I suppose you see it a little bit more in the men's game when players attackers get stuffed by the goalkeeper very close in on a roll or close angles. The ball takes a little bit longer to come out the stick. Obviously the poles, the defenders are allowed to put a little bit more pressure on the hands and gloves.
Right.
Maybe there's a mental thing from the slides coming in. In the women's game, the ball is released so quickly.
Yeah, I think it's good to note too, because maybe the fans didn't see it on the live stream. The Centaurs, the pink Centaurs, they stacked heavy down on defense at the draw. So they're aware. They're trying to slow down that fast break if they get possession on the draw and eliminate those extra goals so they can catch up. So right now we've got a foul, trying to figure out what this is.
And this is the time of the game when there's just a few goals in it, but still a lot of time. That pressure from how much time you have left and how many attacking possessions you have really start to affect things.
Wow, so, another great save.
Good save. Close angle, straight down against the legs. See the ball go up. There's 3 Centaurs players there, and they retrieve possession quite well. It's a good roll, good options by Lena there, and then move it around again.
A little bit of pressure on defense there.
Well, see, look at this. Look at the amount of space now that Sophie Moore has to come in and just shooting space.
And getting her on the line. I think we're definitely going to see a shot come off. She's got no defenders on her right side.
On her strong hand as well. Notice none of the Centaur players moving.
Just out of the goal, but they've got the rebound.
Yeah, side netting there. It's a good dodge. And see that? Sophie Moore. Oh, that's an excellent finish over the top. That's the thing. As soon as that elbow slide doesn't come up, you can bring the ball out off of face dodge onto the other side, walk inside the defender, and then move around into the middle of the goal, bring it back into your right hand or into your, to the central hat.
And get a nice open shot.
Whole area.
All right.
Timeout pink. They want that next goal.
I do.
All right.
Let's update that score here.
7-10. 3-goal game. See you in 90 seconds.
Okay, we're back in the fourth quarter, back from a timeout. Time is chipping away at the clock, and there's only a 3-goal difference right now, so we'll see how they.
And that was Centaurs in pink. That was their second timeout, so they don't have any more. So if anything else happens, if they start to lose possession, all the calls are going to need to be made on the pitch.
Right.
The only little gap that you have of the 30 seconds now between goals to be able to reset or reinvigorate anything.
Right. Here we go. They're going to get it around. I'm sure they're in no rush right now.
And this is the thing, we might need to see the Centaurs defenders stepping out because those stick skills, they're not going to pass the ball off the pitch unless there's some pressure on the ball.
Right.
You see Sophie Coombs-Roberts come down to mark that, that restrain the line pass.
Right.
So just squeezes a little bit.
Yeah, it keeps them a little bit tighter, right?
They're not locking off yet. They're not, going up. They're marking woman to woman, but player to player, but not. It's not strong. They're not pulling the goalkeeper out onto any of the players yet, which is the big double. They're not playing any backer, which is where you play zone down low and you go double up top. So you pull players onto the edge of the elbows.
It does not look like attack is gonna push it anytime soon.
Here we go, and so you see this backer now. So you've got Lena and the goalkeeper playing that zone down low whilst we're doubling the ball.
That's gonna be a yellow card.
That body contact was a little bit high. So yeah, called Lena for illegal body contact to the neck really.
And she's gonna get a free shot.
Yeah, so the goalkeeper's in the goal, so he managed to get back in time. So they're set for this, but that 2-minute player down penalty is really going to hurt the way that the Centaurs are going to have to play in defence now.
Right.
Oh, that's a good decision, but they know they've got the goals.
Right.
They just put it away, find a better option, and it turns back into a 4-goal lead.
Let's see what number that's. Number 2. That's her first goal of the game.
Ivana Malikova.
Okay. Let's see how they react to this. I mean, we can score a goal in under 30 seconds easily in lacrosse. Very easily. So
the Centaurs are going to start to really, if they do get possession, push it. I feel that we're going to start seeing a lot of shots, a lot of individual dodges, individual shots.
Right.
Trying to force, put players down low to be able to maintain possession off the back line.
Right.
And again, you see this is the most experienced attack.
Wait, we're sending it. Oh, okay, yeah, we're man
With the
down.
player down. Here we go. Look, and there's a lot of space there, but
They're gonna score the man down. Error.
done.
5.
Fine.
Go 11-8.
And in the UK, in England, Sophie Coombs-Roberts is the most dangerous player for the Centaurs. Whenever she's on the field, the other teams that the Centaurs play against really have to bring their A game to come close.
Right. I mean, she did score 5 goals today, so in this game alone.
Because that's another important note to add. There's not every international player plays too regularly for their local club, and so when you do have international standard players.
Oh, rough there.
So good pressure from the Radotin defenders. Obviously not too much for any fouls, and yeah, we're getting some really strong dodges now by Sophie. That fake didn't even go inside.
Nope.
Backhand outside. Defender backpedaling. Popped over the
back
goalkeeper.
To a 2-goal difference just in a couple seconds. So this game is not over.
With a player down.
And they're still that's 2 goals with a man down. See, I've seen this pink team just do phenomenal things. So they've got to turn it on and keep it on right now.
And do we have a blue timeout?
Yes, we do. Well timed.
Yeah, I think that they're going to concentrate on maintaining possession from the draw, and not, even if it does go back to this next goal, it's going to be really important. Or this next draw, and then the next goal, they're going to be really important.
Yeah, I think so.
It's not our fault.
All right, we're back from a timeout. Just a couple minutes left in this game. Very tight game. We just had the pink Centaurs from England score 2 goals in might have been less than a minute with man down on the field. So pretty impressive what they can get done.
Oh, it's a really important draw for LCC. And Anna Lockman brings the ball away.
She's going to pull that out, I think.
And this is, again, you see from the Radotin, this is their strongest 6 in attack as well.
Yep.
Oh, they've gone and fed and scored. Great find. So you see Kelly Clark there, just lost in the middle a little bit. She didn't know whether to come to that slide, and she knew her player was behind, and she just didn't quite make it back.
Yeah. Pushing that back up to a 3-point.
There's number 18. That is Marketa Malinovska with her 2nd of the game.
Yeah, we've got 5 different scorers for the Czech women. Pretty cool to see both teams like really balanced, and that really makes for a great team and a great game.
Both teams have their go-to players, but
definitely, yeah.
When you have those go-to players, it opens up the space for other players to win. And that's a great ground ball.
All right, what's gonna happen here? Waiting for her teammates to come down. They've already they've locked off 24 Sophie Morel. Completely locked her off. I think this is
number 7. There we go. Yeah, Sophie Coombs-Roberts on the ball. Just forcing those passes. Cecily Green's in.
Oh no.
That's Roslow's route down the backhand.
It's
Can't
an
pick
important
that pass.
turnover here.
Oh.
They stopped the clock, I think, for that.
Yeah, I mean, in the fourth, when this happens, we don't have balls off the back line. It is very important that we keep things fair and allow both teams to have enough time in the game to do what they want. We don't want time ticking down and running clock play.
Right.
To not play lacrosse. We only have 15 minutes, and we want to play lacrosse. We don't want to go searching off the end line for balls.
It's never easy to defend far out, right? It gets so tiring. So I can imagine at the end of the game, end of the tournament, having to step out on your attacker. It's just mentally and physically draining.
And for the attacking side, and we see another 44 coming down there as the goalkeeper stepped out to pressure the pass, looped over her head, and she dodges inside her defender.
That's her first goal of the game.
Yeah, Katerina Havsova. That's a sixth. I think all 6 of their attackers have now scored.
Yeah, they've had 6 different goal scorers.
Yeah, Daniela Novakova is the only regular, number 15, the only regular LCC attacker without a goal to her name yet. But I mean, to spread it around.
Yeah, exactly.
Good work. And another Rosloyd route with a great draw. So the centre for Wales, really doing good work on the centre there.
She's gonna get a free position here.
Given on the hash, clearing the shooting lane.
This goalie's been pretty successful with these free positions, so let's see if she can.
That is an excellent shot, but given as a shooting space.
Yeah.
So she'll have a player taken away from that lane. So there's no one now on the hanging hash. Can she do the same thing again? Great save from the goalie, but Charlotte Williams pulls it up.
Oh.
And it's a good flag by Paul Bibby there.
Definitely.
And a yellow card for stick to the head. So
right.
It came across the body, but did not see it hit the head. But it's 2 minutes for LCC down a player. That's really given Centaurs a chance to score potentially this goal. And then the equalising. What can Charlotte Williams do from centre hash? Oh. And a push.
Really.
And allotment. I mean, there's some desperate defending here at the moment from LCC. They know how important this period of play is.
Right. I mean, we just saw the Centaurs put 2 back with man down. So.
Oh.
Wow.
The pass is just a little bit too high, and Sophie Moll just can't collect it and pop it over the goalkeeper.
And they're man up, so we might see a little bit of double teaming going on here.
So the goalkeeper's pressured. Here we go. Cecily Green coming right over to close off this line.
Oh, we can't get that. So right out of the camera angle, we've got an out-of-bounds ball, but it's going to go to... There we go. You can see a little bit now.
Given against illegal body contact by Sophie Moll, actually.
Oh,
Cecily Green came down to double team successfully down the line. It just came in on that left shoulder.
Oh, a little bit of a relaxed shot there that you missed.
Oh, that's a little bit casual. And the goalkeeper's had an incredible chase there.
Right. And she got it. Wow.
She's made it. A little bit casual there from the LCC attacker. Right. Is that number 25? Yeah, from Anna Lotman. Yeah.
She had an open goal that you couldn't see.
Just hitting the post on the right.
Hit the post. Yeah.
Angle was, 45 degrees, but really would have wrapped up. And that's a great tip by
defense.
Adela Bogova, and LCC have picked the ball up.
Oh,
failed to successfully clear. Got time. And this is where Centaurs have to work really hard.
Yeah.
And LCC is still being a player down means that they have to really concentrate now on, the accuracy of their passing, their decision making, to not put the ball into a double team. Because obviously, as they're able to double team the ball by, playing zone, they're also allowed to double team those adjacents. That's Charlotte Williams with an excellent recovery defense there. And it's Helly and
Good
Charlotte
double team right now.
chasing.
Great double team.
Oh, and
That's
we've got
definitely going to be a foul on LCC. A little rough. She's finding herself on the ground quite a bit this game. Definitely 44 behind.
Here we go. Successfully bring it up. Really long pass. Sophie Moore can bring it down. She's done really well there. But an incredible save. And that's the end. LCC are your 2018 Ken Galluccio champions. European Club Championships.
Yeah, that was a great game.
What a game.
Great game. Well deserved by the LCC club team.
Final score 9-13 to LCC.
Okay, we'll turn it off after the